I'm Caroline Hume and I'm an Executive Committee member of the Rockingham Kwinana Chamber of Commerce, and I'm here chatting with Sharon McCaskey, one of our members, and she has been a finalist numerous times. She's the current Businesswoman of the Year, and we'll talk about that in a minute, of the Rockingham Regional Chambers of Commerce, different one, and she is the winner of the Solo Operator for 2017 and 2019 at our RKCC Business Awards, and a few years ago she also received the President's Commendation from Danny Stent, who was the President of the Chamber at that time. So I'd like to just introduce to Sharon. Hello, Sharon.
Hey, Carolyn. Thanks for having me.
Oh.
Absolutely. Look, yes, I am the current Businesswoman of the Year, and I'd like to say that I won that a few years ago with against other successful businesswomen such as Donna Gordon, and the reason being is that when that association was finished, it ceased to exist. So I kind of am like either the last one or the current one.
Current from a few years ago then.
I think so as well.
Yeah. So we're here today to just discuss entering the Business Awards, and you've all already entered, and just to get some of Sharon's help and advice on what is beneficial from the Business Awards and also how it will work for you. So Sharon, has it been a benefit to your business?
Entering alone gives you an opportunity to look back over the 12 months when you answer the questions, and it can determine where you've come from, what you've done. And I like to sort of see what a number of businesses said they've ditched things that haven't worked and actually really focused on what's been a benefit to the business. So it's a great way to look back and celebrate what you've achieved, but also recognise what's not been of value to you as a business entity on your own. Not only that, I was actually at a major brands board meeting, and it was between myself and another business about social media marketing. The deciding factor came down to what is your point of difference. Having the award won that year got me that major contract, of which 4 or 5 years later I'm still working on. It also creates an opportunity for, if you've got staff members, a great moral boost for those in business, is an excellent marketing tool, especially if you use it as a strategy for doing publicity. It creates more sales, more customers, builds your name in the community as a reputation as somebody that is an award winner, has an understanding, and just gives you that more credibility onto your business. Not only that, it's just been nominated alone. Use it for your marketing. So on your signature, nominated 2019, 2020 Business Awards.
So you don't have to be a winner.
No, the sheer fact that you're nominated is something that is a credibility factor on its own. You know, so there's so many extra opportunities and benefits to nominating and being involved.
How else would the content of an award be beneficial to your business?
Look, this is the gold mine. This is the gold mine. First of all, you're actually writing a whole bunch of things about your business. So repurpose it into vlogs, blogs, Facebook posts, LinkedIn posts, Twitter posts. So for example, it might be, what are your products and services? Well, your products could then be lifted and then put into a LinkedIn post. It can be lifted, put into a Facebook post. It can be used as a podcast. So one aspect I say to people is always write your submission on a Word document, because that way you can use it over and over in other social media content, in your marketing content, on your website. But also, most award applications are actually the same. So you can actually repurpose it into other applications as well.
Sharon, we'd love it if you would share some tips with our members and those nominated for the awards. Like, what would some of your tips be for answering the questions and also for the night?
Well, for the questions in particular for the application is this. There's a number of them, and each one is important to themselves. Brain dump. So just brain dump all your answer down. Don't worry about spelling, don't worry about grammar, right? Just brain dump it. Look back over your social media, and that will determine over the last 12 months, because that might go, oh, that's right, I did that. Oh, that's right, I did that. So it can give you ideas as well. Carolyn, avoid the I did this, I did this, I did this. It's always, I did this as a business, or we did this as a business, and this is the significance of what our customers got. So when you're writing the application, I did this and the result was my customers got that. Does that make sense? So tell the story.
Yeah, so don't just talk about yourself.
Correct.
No.
Make it a whole aspect. So what is the value of being a social media manager? Customers get extra marketing and new people buying them, etc., etc. So figure something unique. I take my A-class customers to tunnel tours on Fremantle Prison. And what I do, I know they basically it's like $500 to take 10 people, which is nothing, but then they buy their own meals afterwards and then they connect with each other. I also took some clients up to the Dinner in the Sky, which was 4 stories in the air, and you dangle your feet and have a meal. Now they remember that rather than here's a bottle of wine, which wine company is absolutely brilliant. Totally recommend actually a bottle of wine from Tanglewood Winery, most definitely. No, but in saying that, it brings loyalty, it actually enhances it and remembers, the clients remember this. So if you can mention some of the out-of-the-box marketing that you do for your customers and that builds the brand loyalty, that can go a long way as well, because you want to stand out. You don't want to be the same application and the same business. Give yourself a week to write the application. I think someone said the other day, it's only 5 questions, but yeah, it's so much more than that.
It's in depth. We've found in the past if people only answer with a few sentences, it's just not enough. It needs to be really thought about.
It does, but the thing is that I say give yourself a week, but not the whole week. Like I'll do 1 question today, another question today, etc., and make it viable, because you're learning about your business and at the same time you're putting things into the right words. Don't copy what you wrote last year or the year before, because judges have said to us, oh, I remember that was what was written by ABC. However, do use it as a template. Right, but your business is meant to grow each year. Once you've written a submission, go back and focus on each question, right? So brain dump everything, don't worry about grammar, finish it all up, and then go, today I'm going to focus on just question 1, question 2, question 3, but do it individually. Here's a little tip. You write things down like, I was born in 1963 in Jindabyne, New South Wales on a wet and summer sunny evening, blah, 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 right? But because you're word limited, change it to born Jindabyne 1963, right? And if you're saying things like the word years, right, don't write Y-E-A-R-S, write Y-R-S. Does that make sense?
Because you are limited to how many characters you can use in your answers. Yep.
Correct. So go through each sentence, reread how can you shorten it, and then basically go through the numbers factor with it as well. A very, very important point I want to make, and I'm just going to show you the notes here that you'll understand, right? Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a blog on mdvs.com.au that has this information, and this is the key point. When you're writing the answers, so let's go to question 1. Question 1 is, what was the name of your business? Where is your location? Why did you start? Give us a brief history. What are your products, services, and your market, right? So you respond with, the name of my business is, my location is, my reason I started was, the history of my business is, my products are bang, 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 my services are bang, bang, bang. So can you see you're feeding back each question? Now, Carolyn, that is so important, because one question on it is, what are the 3 key factors to your business success, and how have they led to your success? And what I've been told is many times people go the 3 key factors, but they forget to answer, or they think they answer, or the judges haven't read how they've answered, how that's factored into it. So that's always important, to feed back every question at the top of each one. When you write 1 or 2 sentences, then dot point and then finish it off with a sentence. But then go back and check, as I said, your word count, as well as changing things like years and
shortening things.
Correct. You know, and that makes a big difference.
And so, Sharon, do you have any other tips or suggestions for the night?
Absolutely. I think that some of the questions should be, go with the mindset you're not going to win.
Yes.
Because then straight off, you've got that, like, it's great to be nominated attitude. And
well, you're a winner anyway, because you've been nominated.
Correct.
And you've been accepted.
Well, there is a country, 100%, and marketing alone is brilliant.
Yeah.
There's a country western singer, and I can't think, Faith someone or another, and she was at the awards, and it was like, and the winner is, and she went like, oh, what? You know, and like that best YouTube video out. So just like, you know, and really genuinely mean it, because you want people to be genuine about you as well, right? Make sure that if you're in the awards, right, and you're nominated as a finalist, don't drink. Have one drink only, because when you get up, then you've got to actually give a speech.
You've got to talk. Yep.
Correct. But if you're the winner of that category, you could win Business of the Year. So again, just be careful with that. Just to go back over something I forgot in a second, I want to let you know that you're being judged not on your business, but you're being judged on the submission. Right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So make sure that, and a lot of times people go, oh, but my business is, etc.
Bigger or better than...
It could be, but it's all about how well you write. So when you take these tips I'm giving you, which is brain dump everything, short, sharp, and 2 sentences, dot point, because you've got to remember this. These judges are getting 50, 60, 70 applications over one weekend, right? And I was a teacher at TAFE, so trust me, I understand marking all these things. So you want to be able to read it and go tick, 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 10 points, right? If I've got to find the answer, then you lose that point.
Because that's what they're looking for. They're literally looking
for the answers.
For the answers. So if you don't tick the boxes, then you don't get the marks.
Yes,
basically.
But so many times people have actually said, but I answered it. And I've actually read one friend's post afterwards, and I said, baby, you didn't even answer it. And she says, there it is. I said, but no, in your head, you've answered it, but not, because in your head, you've got a million ways your business runs. So that's why brain dump, reread, shorten, and then basically sentence, dot point, sentence. Make it easy for the judges. They'll remember that, you know. And especially if you feed back the questions, like the purpose of my business is, my location is, etc. They can clearly see you've answered those questions, you know. But I have a question for you.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, what are you going to be wearing on the night?
Oh, I don't know.
You always look so beautiful.
I haven't got that far yet. I haven't done my op shopping yet.
Do you go from an op shop?
I do.
Do you know I've done that once or twice, but it's size 20. Hey, ladies who are big, throw your clothes out. Throw me a bone.
Yeah, no, I don't know yet, but you know, but you always look fabulous too.
Oh,
everybody does. It's a very glamorous night. It's probably the biggest night in Rockingham. It's silver service. It's
so
glitz.
nice.
It's glamour. It's
and you're like this if you're down. Like if you're a finalist, you're actually trying to be so
very nervy.
Yes, and you actually think, and you get up on the stage then, and a million things are going through your head, and then someone's like, "Oi, you won." Oh, did I? But no, look, ladies and gentlemen, just some key points back. If you're nominated, use it as your marketing strategy. Do take the time to put the application in. I cannot stress how using that application is something that will be very beneficial to a point of using it for your marketing. Make sure that you dot point everything back to them, like check the questions, and even if you want to, get somebody else to reread it afterwards. Yep. Yeah, just not obviously not a judge or anything like that, because that can move you on, so to speak.
Maybe a past winner.
Yes. Actually, it's a brilliant idea. Brilliant idea. So thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Sharon. Thank you for your time, and I'm sure a lot of our nominees will appreciate the information and the feedback.
And good luck to every single person.
Good luck to everybody.